I'd lie in the tall grass, stare at
You alright? No, I'm not alright.
Hey look, it's my favorite part.
Alright guys, I saw the Snowman and this is my review on it. The story to this movie, we basically have a murderer who is, of course, going off on killing people, and every time after he kills someone, he builds a snowman. And, of course, that snowman basically is supposed to give clues to ask who this person is. And at least that's what I understood about this movie. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think the trailers for this movie were all that great, but I was still gonna check out this movie, hoping, crossing my fingers, that this movie could have been decent, because it has a good cast, it has some good people working behind it, and it's a pretty interesting concept. No, we got one of the biggest piles of shit ever made. Jesus Christ, where do I begin with this fucking mess? This movie is a gigantic mess when it comes to the storytelling. It's like pulling out a jigsaw puzzle, and then, you know, after you're about to finish with the puzzle, you realize that there are pieces missing to the puzzle. And, you know, that's the same goes for this movie. There are things that really feel missing to this movie, and it really makes sense when you hear that about 10% of the script wasn't even filmed during the production of this movie. So that already explains a lot, because when they were editing this movie, they're like, well, we're missing 10% of the script, and, you know, we just gotta jumble some things around, and yeah, it's a huge mess. Like, either I'm too dumb to understand this movie, and this movie is made for one of the most intelligent people in the planet, or, again, this movie, it just doesn't really make sense. And even I think that for the most intelligent person in this planet, I even think that he's going to be confused, he or she is going to be confused watching this movie. So it's pretty much me saying that, yes, you know, basically saying that this movie is a big mess when it comes to its storytelling. And, you know, there are some characters where you get why they're there, but there are a shit ton of characters that you don't know what the fuck they're even doing in this movie. Poor Michael Fassbender. Look, I like the guy, I think he's a good actor, and I respect him a lot as an actor, and, you know, as an actual person. He was terrible in this movie. I wasn't feeling him in this movie. I just didn't think that he should have been casted for this role. I thought he was bad in this movie. I just didn't like him at all in this movie. And J.K. Simmons, what the hell is he even doing in this movie? What is the purpose to his character in this movie? I never really understood that. I kid you not, there's a scene in this movie, and probably the most memorable scene in this movie, where J.K. Simmons, his character, I'm not making this up, he takes a picture of some random woman's titty. I'm not lying. And you don't even know why he even took that picture. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. And it's also small details like that where they don't go further in explaining to what just happened that really bother me. And same as Michael Fassbender, I really like J.K. Simmons. I just wasn't feeling him in this movie at all. And same goes for Rebecca Ferguson. In fact, I think that she is probably the best character in this movie. But that's not really saying much. At least I thought that her performance, you know, her in this role, she was decent. I'm gonna give her credit. And again, it's another actor that I like. And I did, I wasn't on board with her character, but I thought that her performance in this movie was quite decent for that character. The CGI and the green screen are fucking terrible in this movie. You could easily tell that there's this green screen behind these characters in some scenes in this movie, and the CGI, there's this one scene where this person's head gets blown off by, the murderer, and then you kind of see the head just kind of go like this, and then like you could easily see the CGI, and it was fucking terrible. And another scene that was not convincing to me at all is the scene where this person gets their head fully chopped off, and then you get a glimpse at their head. You could easily tell it's a 3D printed head, easily right off the bat. And this movie tries hard to keep people's attention. And even when they try hard, they fail very badly. The first two acts are boring as fuck. The third act, at least it kind of tries to be intense, but at the same time, it's not intense, and, you know, you can tell that their intentions, you know, the director and all that, you can tell that their intentions for this movie was to actually try to make this movie kind of intense towards the last act. And even for that, it wasn't intense. I wasn't, you know, on the edge of my seat or anything. In fact, I didn't really care about it. I didn't really care about the movie anymore in the third act, because I just kind of sort of just gave up. See, this is what happens when the first two acts of your movie are a mess and they're all over the place. By the final act of the movie, I'm brain dead and I just want to go home. In the end, The Snowman, it's an absolutely shitty movie with the, you know, the story all over the place. The acting, it's bad except for Rebecca Ferguson. I thought she was quite decent. You know, the story, I just didn't really care for it. The CGI, the green screen, the 3D printed heads, it's all terrible. This movie is complete bullshit in my rating system, and I'm gonna give The Snowman an F. I really kind of wanted to make this into a regular review, but it really kind of turned out to be a rant. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this rant on this movie, even though I wasn't so heated about it because there's people in my house and they're sleeping and I don't want to wake them up for yelling about a movie like this. It's just not worth it. But yeah, The Snowman, do not waste your time or money on this atrocity of a film. It's one of the biggest insults to cinema that I have ever seen. It's absolutely terrible. But do not see it unless you want to have one of the best naps that you will ever have. Go ahead. But other than that, no. Stay away, please. Anyways, have you guys seen The Snowman? If you guys seen The Snowman, please let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.